Yeah, can you see my screen? Okay. In the last class, we were talking about this one, how to traverse a dictionary. And we did this. This is the one we had discussed. And we were able to iterate a fruits dictionary and print that key and value, so that whatever the key of each fruit and then the value of each fruit. This is till this we discussed in the last class. So let's continue with the next one. This is another example of iteration. So this is discussed already. Next, after that, accessing keys and values simultaneously. This, anyhow, now we are going to talk about dict class API or methods of dict class. So today we'll try to learn methods of dict class. Let's do that now. So I'm creating one more file. Just a minute. Let me create a new Python file here. So let's understand about all different methods that are present in dict class and how do we apply these methods. Let's check on that. Okay, now this is the one. So here the one method is keys and values. Suppose you have a dictionary, you take any example. So you can take this example if you want. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's copy this. Right. Somehow, yeah, now I think we can copy this. Yeah. I'm sharing this also with you as well, so that if you can also try testing this. I'm just uh, sharing in chat. You can take it for testing purpose. Okay, friends. So now this is the example we are taking. Suppose this is a dictionary. Now I want to get keys from the dictionary. Then right, there are so many methods. The easiest thing is the first one is accessing keys or getting keys from dictionary. Okay, the very simple thing here, if you want to get keys, the easiest thing is the dict. So keys equal to, we can say, my dict. So there are so many things here actually. My dict dot, if you say dot, and you can see all built-in methods or predefined methods available in this dict class. All of us know that. So dict is a built-in class or predefined class. So it has all these methods in this class. Okay. Keys, from keys, values. From keys, we don't need this much, but keys and values, they are useful methods. And these are other methods like update, pop, get, items, clear, all this, and then copy, pop item, all this. These are all important methods, friends. So, okay. So now if I want to get keys from this dictionary, just simply apply keys method. You can see here there is a method called keys. You just apply that. That returns keys from a dictionary. Now you can see just print. You can simply print keys. Maybe you can apply that f string here. Keys processors and just pass keys here. That this should help us to get keys. Right click and then just try to run this program. And you can see here we got all the keys. But internally, this is returning dict keys. If you want this in the form of exclusive list, do one thing then. Convert this keys into a list if you don't want it as a dict keys object. Okay. So convert this to a list. Then this time you can see a proper list as output. See here. So this is what we can do, friends. If you want to extract only keys from a dictionary, just apply keys method, which returns keys from dictionary. Next one, suppose if you want values, all values from the dictionary, all values, then what do you do? And if you want, you can iterate this list as well. Just apply for loop and iterate this, right? How do you iterate for key in keys? You can iterate like this, colon, print of key. And this gives you keys, all keys, and and this iterator helps us to iterate key by key. Here you can see the output. And similarly, using this key, you can get values. You know how to do that, right? I mean, on the previous class, we had discussed that. Okay, friends. So now, what is that here? If you want to get value through key, you can simply apply that dictionary of key, like how we apply index on string or on list or tuple. In the same way, here we apply keys to get values or to do anything. Keys are core things in dictionary, right? Now you can also get like this. It's up to you. We had already discussed this scenario. You can see here employee number one, name Shiva, department sales, and salary some 25,000. Similarly, suppose if I want to get values, then how do I get values? It's so simple, right? So get values from dictionary. How do I get values from dictionary? Something like this. Okay. I can just take this same thing. You can see here even in PPT. So apply values method, that's all. If you just apply dict dot values, that gives you values. So what do you do here? Something like values and then assign it to values. Right? Values equal to my dict dot values. That gives you values, friends. Just print values first. So print values. And this gives you a list of values, but again, this returns values list. So what do you have to do? Right click, run this. Now you can see here, we get output in the form of dict values object. Now convert it to list or tuple to get it in a proper list format. Sorry, friends, a proper tuple format, friends. See here. Now you can iterate it and or do whatever you want to get value by value from this list. It's up to you, friends, how to do that. It's up to you. Okay. Next, after that, once you do on values, next thing is what you can apply one more very useful method. So we are able to get keys by applying keys method. We are able to get values by applying values method. Suppose we want both keys and values, each page separately from this dictionary. Then we can apply a method. So again, getting keys and value, key and value page. Okay, then in such case, we apply a method called items. What is that we apply, friends? Items method. So again, items equal to or EMP items. Otherwise, you can say EMP items equal to my dict dot. You can see this is what you should apply, friends. And if you apply items, what happens? You get output in the form of that whole key and value pairs are converted to tuples. Each key value pair is converted to tuple here. So what happens is each key and value pair is converted to tuple. This is very important thing to observe. Okay, so now if you print this items, EMP items, it returns item object. You can see here. And inside that item, you can see dict items. Inside that item, we have list of tuples. See here, friends. And each tuple is one key value pair. Observe this carefully, friends. Each tuple has one key value pair. Is this clear now? Now, what is that you should do? Suppose you want to convert it to a pure list. Then do a conversion. Apply this list of this one. And then when you do the conversion, that dict items get converted to list here. Right click, run this. Now again, you can see here this one. Now what you can do, if you want, you can iterate it and you can extract key separately, value separately, because this is a tuple you can see here. Now we know tuple has two values. You can, while iterating, you can take two dummy variables, one for key and one for value, like this. Let me just show you. For some key k comma y v in EMP items. Actually, you don't need to do this in two steps. We can do this in directly. We can apply items on dictionary and we can iterate it. We don't need to split into two steps. But we are just discussing these methods. I'm showing you, I'm just breaking down into two steps and we are discussing. Okay. EMP items, you don't need, this is a variable, right? Not a method. EMP items. Now print a key comma value. Okay. Now right click and run this now and see. Now you can see, we know this is a tuple. This EMP items has list of tuples and each tuple has a key value pair. So to get key, we used a dummy variable k. To get value, we used a dummy variable v. So this is how we can iterate this list of tuples, that key and value pairs, on a dictionary. Got it right, friends? This is another method present in dict class. Okay, next after that. So this is done. Now let's move to the next, this one here. Internally sorted as mappings. Of course, this we had discussed. So what happens internally when we store values into this dictionary R set? So they apply some hash function, and according to that hash function, the value of key is placed into that dictionary. So this thing is already we have mentioned this. Okay. Next after that, working with dictionaries. So multiple ways of creating dictionary. This I think we had discussed it, friends. So we can skip this topic. Okay. So we had already discussed this scenario, like, how to create dictionary, all that. Next after that, accessing element. This is already discussed there. So we can skip this. Adding elements to a dictionary. This is also discussed. Okay. How to update dictionary or something. So now updating thing is also discussed. Okay. Next, checking the existence of a key. This we need to discuss because all these remaining scenarios, whatever we have observed in the PPT, those scenarios we have already discussed in the previous class itself. Suppose this is your dictionary. Now I want to update some value of your dictionary. So what is that? We had already a clear discussion. What is that? Whatever you do on dictionary, we do it through keys. What do we do? We do it through keys. Suppose you see here, I want to update that employee number, right? Employee number is 1. Now I want to update it with 1, 2, 3. So what do I do? Simply my dict of, simply what I do, EMP number equal to 1, 2, 3. Now what happens? Of course, put quotes here because this is a string key, right? So it has to be inside quotes, single quote or double quote or triple quote, whatever it is. Now after this, you can print this my dict. Now you can see this is a way of updating a dictionary, right? Means we can replace the value of existing key or modify the value of existing key by following this approach. We can just choose that key and assign some value, and this will replace existing value of this particular key. Now right click, run this. Now you can see employee number 1 got replaced with 1, 2, 3. You can see here. This is the output, friends. Got it now? Now after that, checking the existence of a key. So this is like, what is it? This is actually a dictionary. Inside that, to check if a key exists inside that dictionary, simply we are just, this is, right, membership operator, right? In and not in. If A in alpha, sorry, in this dictionary, if it is, this is how you can quickly check if a key exists inside a dictionary or not, friends. Okay, so maybe you can do one thing. You can try the same here itself. You don't need to again create this if you want. If an employee number in my dict or some employee name in my dict, you can check like that as well. Okay. And also, you can see here, if you try to check with value, see, if you check a value directly, apple in alpha, it's returning false. Why? Because when you do this check by default, these values, whatever the checks we do, these are treated as keys, not values. That's why this is returning false, even though apple exists here. So if suppose if to search for value, we have to search in dict values. So if you are in, if you want to search, by default, the search is always for keys, friends. Suppose if you want to search for keys, this kind of search don't work. Then in such case, if you want to search for values, you apply dict values, dict dot values method. I mean, whatever dict name is, if it is alpha, alpha dot values, if it is my dict dot values, whatever it is, apple in my alpha dot values, then you know, right? This is actually list of values. This is how you can do search for keys or values, friends. Okay, we'll quickly test this once. Let's take this apple, boy, cat, dog. Okay, so let's take this. Now, what do you do? Suppose we want to search. Let's take it directly because these are very simple things. We don't need to worry. I mean, see, just directly pass to the print. That is enough. Alpha, A in alpha. Is this key? Does this key exist in this dictionary? Because this is a small dictionary, we can see it directly. Suppose if your dictionary has some 1,000 key value pairs, it's not that easy. Then this kind of search definitely helps us. Okay, now right click, run this. Now you can see it's true. Suppose same thing, if you try for B and or C, for all that keys it returns true. Suppose you try to check directly, apple in alpha, this returns false. Why it returns false? Because this search, whatever you is doing, it is by default, it checks for keys, not for values. Suppose if you want to check if a value exists inside dictionary, so the best thing is here you can see already we have this method. Top copy this, just apply this and run this, pass it to a print method so that okay, pass it to print and then come on. If that key doesn't exist, what happens? If that key or value don't exist, run this now. This is true now. Suppose see here, I'm passing something, a key that don't exist inside a dictionary. Okay, I'm giving some E. Does this key E exist inside this dictionary? No, right? Run this now. What happens? Does it returns true or false? So it returns false. Suppose instead of apple or cat or dog, okay, I gave here beer. I'm checking for a value pair alpha dot values. Okay. So then what is that I get here? False, right? So this time it is showing error. Sorry, there is a small thing I should add here. I should apply parentheses. Let's run this. It should give false for us, definitely. Yeah, false. So this is how we can quickly check for existence of a key or value. Keys by default, whatever you pass, it checks for keys. And if you want to check for values, this is how we should get values and this is how you should check for values. Got it right, friends? So this is about checking the existence. Okay, next one. Printing dictionary. This we already did, right, friends? So this thing we did this. Next, there is one more thing here to print dictionary in more readable form. So we can apply this JSON.dumps. Okay. So this dumps method helps us to print. So this is another one. Maybe anyhow we discuss this when we talk about files topic. How to work with JSON files. Definitely dumps thing we discuss. But anyhow, as this topic come here, because these are curated, mostly keeping data engineering things into mind. So let's apply it here itself. Maybe again, we revisit these topics one more time when we come to that. Okay, so now let's just apply. If you want to get a more readable output, then import JSON. Then simply what you have to do, that JSON dot dumps, this dumps method, and then to that you pass your alpha or my dict or whatever you think it's best, friends, and run this now. And just you need to do one more thing. What is that? You have to print it. So what is that? You just need to print, or as otherwise assign to some variable and pass it to print method. Anything you think. So we are getting it. So you do one thing, then apply this index method, indent method, sorry. So what you can do while printing to this method, comma, pass indent, and let's see the output. Now you can see here. Now you are getting in more expected output. Already this thing we had discussed some time back as well. While declaring as well, not only just while printing output, while declaring also, declaring like this is more standard thing. It becomes more readable, not only while printing, even while declaring. This helps more for you to read the declarations, your dictionaries. Okay, fine anyhow. But this is a quick idea how to get more readable output, friends. Okay, so this is about printing. Next after that, dictionary methods. So let's talk about, already we are talking, we just covered three methods so far: keys method, value method, items method. All that is discussed. Next is clear. So I don't think we need to talk about this now, because clear clears everything inside a dictionary. So it makes any object empty if you apply clear on any data structure. Like say you apply on list, you apply on tuple, you apply on set, or you apply on dictionary. Clear clears everything inside that data structure. So yeah, this is a very simple one. We apply this at the end of this discussion. Okay. Next, pop. What is pop? Pop is already discussed. Pop try to remove element from a dictionary. What it does, friends, it removes elements from a dictionary. You know how to add elements to a dictionary, right? So maybe if you ask me before we apply remove, you might ask a question, Manoram, how do we add elements to a dictionary? Simple, right? See, this is discussed already. Suppose I want to add something. Okay, this is your dictionary, alpha dictionary. Where is it? Somewhere we have. This is alpha. We have A for apple, B for B for boy, C for cat, D for dog, E for elephant. Suppose I want to add one more key value pair to this dictionary. Then how do I add? Simply some alpha. See, I am also showing you how to add element to a dictionary. Add element to a dict. How do I add? Some alpha of some E equal to E for elephant. ELEPHANT. Okay. Now print this, friends. Print alpha. Copy this and then print it. Okay, you can also test it along with me, friends. If you think, if you have time and if you are right, so just practice along with me. That helps you more. Right click, run this. See here, we have added a key value pairs to this dictionary. Okay, E for element is added to this dictionary. This is interesting, right? Suppose now after adding this something, I don't think we have a direct method to add like insert add methods here. Let me just anyhow have a quick look into this methods. No, we don't have direct add. Okay. So like in list, we have that add or insert method, right? Append or insert. Like in set add method, we don't have a direct addition method of key value pairs. Then the other available approach is, sorry friends, this one. See, this is the approach how to add a key value pair to a dictionary. Okay. Next after this is the next thing is removing. How do you remove pop? What pop does? Pop method is used to remove elements from a non-empty dictionary. See, this is very clear statement. Suppose if you try to remove from empty dictionary, then you get a key error. That is very important. Remember this. Okay. Already we have this one. Let's apply pop. So you can directly apply pop and see. Suppose you can take this pop method. Let's apply on alpha dot pop. So let's try to run. Before printing, we are printing alpha. So I'm sorry, before deleting or applying pop. So remove a key value pair. When you apply, every time you apply pop, one key value pair is popped from dictionary. Remove a key value pair from dictionary. Right click, run this. So here it is expecting something here. See, what is that it is expecting? At least a key. So there are so many keys. You do one thing. Which one you want to remove? So this is clearly a key based removal. So let me add this as well. Key based removal. So in such case, what it does is we have to pass a key here. Suppose my key is some E. I want to remove this key. When I pass this key value pair is popped or removed from this dictionary. Now run this friends. Perfect. See, before removing we have elephant. After removing elephant is gone. Suppose you apply one more time, another pop. So this is clearly a key based removal. Next after this you can also try to one thing. Similarly, you can remove pop. You can do pop on all other key value pairs. You can just quickly test it. Suppose now I'm passing D and then print it again. Before removal, after removal. See here, friends. See now dog gone. We don't see dog now. Similarly, you can try for remaining things, friends. It's not really needed to remove everything. We understood pop, right? What pop is and how pop works. This is clear, right? If that is clear, just we can go to the next method. If your requirement is really to remove everything, then you can apply this pop continuously. But for now, this is the behavior of pop, friends. Okay, this is the idea. And suppose if you remove everything and dictionary is empty, then applying pop leads to key error. It returns key error, friends. Okay. So maybe you do one thing. If you want to test it, then what is that you have to do? You have to continuously remove this key and value pair. So first D is over, then C, then B, then A, and finally, if you try it one more time, right? Say something B or something. If you try it one more time, somewhere you can see here key error. See, because we popped everything from dictionary and it becomes empty, and you are trying to remove. What is that you are trying to do? And something from empty dictionary, and applying such operation leads to this error, key error, runtime error, saying key error. Okay, please refrain from this, not just to show you that this leads to key errors. We just tested this. That's all, friends. We are good here. So in this kind of cases, always applying try catch, try except is important, friends. Okay, so that even this kind of key errors exist, we don't have impact on the execution. Else this leads to runtime error and it breaks the execution of code. To avoid such things, make sure you are adding try and except code. Suppose wherever you think you get that error, just pass that try colon, okay, and then just you have to push everything into that try block. Suppose on a large scale of coding, if you are doing some development, Just do one thing, try, and then what is that you should do? This is very important, friends. Trust me. Okay, so then exception as e colon, then what is that? If you want print, okay, e dot. You can print in different ways. You can directly print e, okay, and also you can get something here. You can. There are so many things. Something notes are okay. Let's do one thing. Let's print e. That is enough for us. This is always a best practice, using this try and except. This is so simple. For this, you don't need to have knowledge on exception handling. Just put all your code in the try block, and then under that put some except, just with a built-in class exception, which is super class of all exceptions, and just create an alias for that, and then just print it. That is enough. This time, suppose you see here, friends, you just copy this and paste it. Okay. And after this also you print some, add a print statement here. Just say print the end. Now we should see the even this last line of the code in the output. So run this now. So we got the end. Still we have. So this time you are not seeing error. See why you are not seeing error? Because we handle that exception, and somewhere it should print that error as well. Just a minute. This one I believe you can see here. It's trying to print. You have added exceptions. Definitely exception is raised. Maybe you can see this. Exception raised. I am just giving you a quick heads up how to add this exceptions in the code. Every time I may or may not add this, but you practice this. This is very important for you, friends. But in my day-to-day development, in my code, always I have this try except blocks. What I tried, we can see here. Exception is definitely raised. Like that's showing this E gives you that this one. Okay, friends, this is the idea. So next after that, let's jump to our next method, pop item. Pop item generally, I believe it's default method. It doesn't take any parameter. You can see here. So now you can do one thing. What is that? After this, because we don't need to remove all this. We tested. Just do one thing. Now you can remove these things. Now we have removed just two key value pairs or one key value pair. After this, what is that you can do? Alpha dot pop item, not pop item. This is a default method. Now run this. After that, again applying pop item, just print alpha. Okay. Now run this again. Now you can see here. This is the one. After popping, cat got gone. Cat is gone. Now we can see. And by default, it is trying to remove rightmost key value pair. When you apply one more pop item, it removes B for boy, again A for apple. But by default, pop item removes something from the dictionary. That should be mostly, it is the rightmost key value pair. Last in, first out. Whatever you inserted last, that gets removed first. It's more like following a kind of stack approach. Okay, this is the idea, friends. Next after that, this is pop item. You can test all that. Again, same thing is applicable here as well. Suppose if you try to do pop item on empty dictionary, it leads to key error again. This is clearly saying that. Just keep this in mind. We don't need to test it. Already we have seen how to test it. If you want, you can give a try. Pop item is over. Next. After that, delete. This is very important. Suppose if you want to delete whole either a key value pair or the entire object. With clear all that, we can't delete objects. We can make it empty. But if you want to remove something, including objects, then delete command is very useful. Suppose see here. So another way of removing items are that object itself. It might be list object, tuple object, or dictionary object, or set object, whatever it is, friends. So suppose you say del of. This can be applied on any data structure. Del of, what is that, friends? Alpha dot. So alpha of, you can just see here. So what else is there? We have B. Try to apply delete, right? Before delete, we are printing. We have two key value pairs. After printing, definitely we should not see boy, B for boy. Right click, run this now. See, we just have one. We can also, this is also another way of removing a key value pair from a dictionary. You can apply same on list or tuple as well. I mean, tuple, I don't think we don't do deletes because it is immutable, right? But on list, on any mutable object, this is how we can do deletes. Okay, next after that, suppose if I say del of alpha, this removes the whole dictionary itself. It's not just key value pairs. After at the end, if you try to print alpha, this should give some error saying that this object don't exist. Okay, let's run this now. Okay, you can see exception raise name alpha is not defined. Why? Because when we say delete alpha, it removes that whole dictionary object. After that, we don't have any dictionary in the memory. Then if I print alpha, then it leads to this kind of error, friends. Got it right? So that is how delete can be used. This is discussed now. Very important, useful for you. Okay. That's the idea, friends. How to delete a key value pair or how to remove the whole object. So with del command. So we have just tested it, friends. Okay. Next after that, get method. Get is simple, friends. Just is it's more or less we already are much aware of this. Only thing is get you pass a key to get it gets value. Another way of getting key value pair is through get method. One approach is using dict of that key. Second approach is just apply get method like this. That dict name dot get of that key, it returns value of that. Suppose you take this dictionary because we have dictionary here, right? Let's take this. Let's apply this. See here, just take this dictionary. Then what do you do? Suppose I want get name. Simply, how can I do some print of some person dot get of some name? If I say this returns name of so value of this name. Okay, this of course we have to put it in quotes. Okay, that is something missing. Okay, right click run this now. Now see, of course, do one thing. You just for now refrain from this. Okay. Or otherwise, once you do the complete delete, don't again print it so that you don't get errors. Remove this, run this now. We don't see any errors. Okay. Now you can see Alice. Now you can see when you apply get method to that you are passing key and the value this get will get value of this key, which is Alice here. You can see here. Okay, similarly, you can apply get that way. You can apply on many of these. Okay, friends. Something like email, all that, friends. Got it? So next after that is keys. Sorry. Items, this is discussed. We already familiar with this. We just discussed this in detail. Next after that, keys. This is also discussed. Values. This is also discussed. Update. Let's talk about this. Update, this is something like extend or update in set or update is same as something we had already discussed. Okay, what update does, friends? It merges two dictionaries, that's all. So you can see here, this method merges the key value pair from new dictionary into original dictionary. Suppose if I say you have two dictionaries, D1, D2, you say D1 dot update of D2, right? This D2 gets merged with D1. Just quickly test this now. Okay, so let's copy this. Come to this one. Take two dictionaries. Okay, just put this here. Another dictionary here. Copy this. Okay. Now what is that you can do? You can say T1 dot update of T2. Okay, just print it now. Now you can do one thing. Just print off or print D1 alone. That should be fine because all that values of D2 are merged with D1. And you can see all those appended values in D1. So what you can do, print of D1, right click run this. You can see here, so 1 1 1 1 and then 2 2 2 2. Let's do one thing. Assign this again. I think we should assign to, suppose if you print here, let's do one thing. We are seeing D2 only here. We should set both, see both that 100, 200, 300. Let's run this
No, sir.
once.
No, sir. No, sir. It merges actually into the first one only. If it finds the key value, it will update the with the second one actually.
Okay. There is a, sorry, I didn't see this. Yes, sir.
It's
Yeah.
equivalent to SQL merge. Yeah.
No. There are some common keys, sir. See, you can see
Common
here.
keys actually it will merge. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't see this. Suppose do one thing. I just want to make it simple. Yeah. Yes, sir. I agreed with that thing. So here, because we have some common keys, we cannot duplicate keys, so that it is just
Yes.
so applying a kind of union. Suppose actual update is it just merges two dictionaries, sir. Suppose if keys are same, definitely what it will do, it will just remove duplicate key and replaces the latest one. That's what it
Yes, sir.
do.
Yes,
Suppose
sir.
I do one thing, sir. Let's add 5, 6, 7, 8. This time you see, friends, definitely when we apply D1 dot update, now you print, of course. You don't need to pass this to print. Whatever it did earlier is actually perfect. It's working perfect. Definitely the output is right. Now run this now. See what's happening here. This is what update does. Generally, first thing, step one, let's go step by step. Step one, it merges this second dictionary with the first dictionary. And all that values of second dictionary are copied to first dictionary. And if I print D1, you can see we have 1 200, 2 200, 3 300, 4 400, 5. All that got merged into D1. This is one thing. Second scenario, this is what Siva sir added. This is something really useful when you are working on data engineering again. See, let me copy this second dictionary. This time what happens, because the keys are same in both dictionaries, what happens, now observe this carefully. The output has a bit different here. What happens? Do we see 100 or 1 1 1 1 1? When the keys are same, the latest one will replaces old one. Suppose one here, the key might be same, that but 100 gets replaced with 1 1 1. 2 gets replaced with 2 2 2, and 5 anyhow. This is not duplicated, so we get this as is. And 300 we get as is, and 4 4 4. This 400 is replaced with 4 4 4. Now if you run this, see here now, run again one more time. Okay, maybe you do one thing. Make this as D3 and D4 and D3 dot update of D4 and then print D3. This makes more sense for us. Okay, run this now. See what happened? This is what? This is a kind of updating existing with new one when the keys are same, when keys between two dictionaries are same and you are merging those dictionaries, then the latest value of that same keys will be replaced with the old value. Got it right, friends? This is what happens. So I think we got a clear picture here with two scenarios here.
It
Yeah,
is
this
as
is
simple as your SQL merge case actually.
yes, sir. Yeah, this is super. Actually, this is a beautiful example. So just you can check it, friends. Now after that, dictionary max min. This is something which we know, friends. Okay, so generally this is applied more on values than keys. Suppose you have something, you know, right? These are not part of dictionary API. These are something generic methods, common methods we apply on all these data structures. Okay, so suppose you can apply here itself. You don't need to again take a different dictionary. You can just take some print max of D1. Suppose apply on D1. This is D1 has all this. Just see here, friends. So max of D1. What is the max element in D1? You can see here some 555, I believe. So run this and see. You can see, oh, it's getting keys actually. It's because default it gets keys, right? So if you want to check on values, then you have to apply values. Okay. By default, always whatever we apply on dictionary, it will be on keys. Yeah, it is giving 8 because that is the max key present in the dictionary. Suppose if you want to search something on values, then apply that dict dot values and apply max. Now this time you see a different thing here. You can see 555. Similarly, min of, you can apply min, friends, whatever we are seeing there. So min of something, d1 dot values. See here. So you got, this is the minimum key, minimum value, sorry, that we are seeing here. But see here, see the difference. By default, you apply anything on dictionary, that operation will be applied on keys. If you want to apply something specific on values, just then follow this approach, friends. Okay. This is one more, this is discussed, friends. I think we are clear with min and max. This might be definitely useful for you in your data engineering again. Okay. So next step, learn function. This is something which is generic, friends, not exact, not exclusively part of dict class. Okay. Length means, suppose if you want to get length of dictionary, the by default it gets length of that keys. If you know the length of keys, automatically it gets length of key value base, right? So how do you apply length? Simple. This is so simple. You can apply length, you can apply sorting. You do also sorting on dictionaries because I generally do that because that is needed sometimes. Okay, some D1. So length of D1, run this now. You can see here 8. Maybe if you want to make it more readable output, just add some description here, friends. Okay, some max means something like next after that. Sorted. Yes, see, just now we just did discuss that, right? For me, this is something which I do for my this thing to plot my data onto this matplotlib. I need to sort according to the sizes of databases. So first we get data in the dictionary, the keys in the form of key value pair. Sorry. First we try to filter data into dictionaries, and on that dictionary again we apply sorting. And then we try to iterate it and get each size and then plot it onto matplotlib. A scenario just giving you so that how it works. So here the sorting is something which I really apply. Just giving you an FYI. Okay, sorted. How do you have sorted? Is simple. Just come here. So you do one thing. Already you can see these are sorted according to keys. Here itself, dictionary is sorted. And you can sort this dictionary based on values also. Because I did that. You can arrange dictionary based on values, based on keys. So just an FYI for you, okay, so that this helps you. So what do you do right now? Let's apply sorting first. Print of sorted of what? Sorted of D1. Already it's in this dictionary is sorted according to keys. Right click, run this now. Now you can see here. We get almost similar output. You can see we got all keys sorted. Yeah. Now what is that? I'm just only getting keys. What is that? I need my output. I need my output, not just only keys. I want to get keys and values. That to sort it. Then what is that you should do? This thing we can get it, friends. So let's take this use case because let's get it. Take this one. This whole dictionary. Just showing you possible. I mean, what I do generally, so that it also maybe if you think it somewhere it is needed, you just strike this idea. Striking idea is important. Sort based on keys. Okay, that is one. Comma. based on values. That is another one. Two scenarios. Yeah, what it does, it is applying, see here. So this is the one scenario. One is sorted based on keys, you can see here. Another one is sorting based on value. This is something we need to apply. Just take this, right? You just see here now. So this time you get both keys and values. And for that, something what is that you need to apply here is you need to apply that items method and then just take this lambda method. So this lambda, it takes two parameters. What is that? The parameter and then the one which we should extract. These are tuples, right? Implicitly, when you apply items, we have a tuple. In the tuple, right? This is very clear. In the tuple, first value is key, second value is value. Second one is value. So the something in zeroth index is key. Something in first index is value. So when you try to see here, item of zero means you are trying to apply this sorting based on key. Item of zero means you are applying based on key. So suppose you do one thing, copy this, do the same. You don't need to do anything. See here, just if you just change this item of one, this is something sorting based on values. I did this actually because this is something I needed. So I did sorting based on values and then I plotted the data according to that size of values in descending order from max to min in on a matplotlib plot lib. So sorted keys of one, sorted keys of two. Then what do you do, friends? Now you print it. This is something apart from what we did here. Here we are also adding a scenario. What is that? This just gives you, see here. Let's take this example. See, when you apply sorted of keys, it just sort keys. Or otherwise it says sorts only values. See here. When you say scores dot values, it just sorts only values. When you say sorted dot keys, it just sorts only keys. And according to that, values are printed. Suppose you want to sort both key and value together. Right? See, this is how you can do that. This is another scenario. You got it, right? Okay, let's do one thing. Let's add these as well. So sorted of this one keys and then values, both key and see, let's take this, put it here. Sorted d1 dot keys. Let's take all scenarios. Okay. Let's take one more scenario. Sorted dot values. Okay, another scenario. Next after that, sorting keys. So sorting a dictionary based on keys. Sorting a dictionary based on values. This time you can see both key and values together. Here you can only see only sorted keys and sorted values. Observe the last four outputs. See here. Now just print. Okay. Sort by keys. Okay. Again print. Okay. Sort by value. I mean keys 2. Now run this. Observe last four outputs. This is something sorting keys. Sorting based exclusively on keys. Sorting values of dictionary. This is see. This one is much more interesting. See here, friends. This is a sorting we did on what? On, you can see here. This time you can see some difference in the second one. Of course, first one is sorted according to keys. Already they are in sorted. So we don't see much change in this output. But here you can see this dictionary is sorted according to values 100, 111, 200, 222, 300. Then definitely you can see some change in the order of that key value appears here. This is sorted according to values. And this is something which I keep generally applying if I should sort dictionaries, friends. Interesting, right? This is also useful for you. Definitely it might become useful. Only that idea is important, friends. So we can get that somewhere from Stack Overflow or Chat GPT. That is a different thing. But getting that idea is important. That's all. So next after that, split. What is the split here? Split anyhow. We are right. This is on strings, I believe, friends. I think dictionary thing
Yes, sir. Dictionaries or
Is completed.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Split I added separately. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
it is
This is
important, I
something
add
at
it
least.
separately. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, sir. I think all of our friends are familiar with this split, all this, I believe, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
This
We
is
don't need to
completed,
discuss
right?
this.
Yeah, yeah. So this is all about methods on dictionary. If anything is there, I'll just add few more one use cases or scenarios for tomorrow's session. Else we jump to the next topic, functions topic. Right, friends? So this is all about methods, whatever that is needed on dictionaries, friends, how dictionary works. So all that. Maybe tomorrow I'll take up few problems, one or two, three, two or three problems, and just we'll try to apply on that how to work with dictionary. And then finally, what, friends? We'll just jump to another topic. Okay, we'll stop this here. Any questions? I think, sorry, I need to share this with you. Let me share this code with you.
Every function in dictionary is most important. Directly or indirectly, we are going to use all these functions in our real time.
Yes, sir.
List, tuple, dictionary are the mostly used data types.
Yeah. See, I just shared the code with you, friends. Just you can test it. Okay. Apart from that, maybe tomorrow we'll work one or two cases, combining, merging all this dictionary list and tuple as Shiva sir is mentioning, so that you get some idea. I'll prepare some two, three problems and then jump to functions topic. Is that okay, sir? Shiva sir?
Yeah, yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, friends. Any questions? I can take it up, else we'll stop here. Okay. Everything clear, right? Okay, then. Thank you. We'll stop here.